Yes, people, welcome back to our Thursday Rivals Lounge. Never a foul, and we ain't had someone on in a long time. Actually, it's a bit like yesterday where Sean wasn't on for a long time. Now we've got Jamie Phillips. You know what I mean? Suns out, guns out type, signing over here. You know what I mean?
Oh, dear.
Oh, God. But anyways, it's nice to see you, Jamie, to be fair. It's been a minute.
And you, man. And you.
Yeah, man. Gyökeres deal off was the trending thing this morning, but it's actually, let's be honest, if we're going to debunk it properly, it's fake news. It's just advanced negotiations. It's a few million. Arsenal fans shouldn't really be worried. I mean, the source ain't the best, but they've been all over it with the likes of what they called again, Record Portugal. They're pretty much the same outlets. It's a few million, but I saw a Hand of Arsenal say that Arsenal do have other options if the case. And if you've got a player that's absolutely pushing with his own money to go join a club, I think that one's going to be done. We'll talk about that. We got also Tottenham signing Kudus, which is huge. Tied on a video this morning. I'll never foul about that. I know I get onto the Spurs quite a lot. Blame my granddad for that. It's a brilliant signing. I'm not going to lie. It's a top tier 10 out of 10. And then Liverpool's inquiry for Rodrigo. I see. Apparently, Luis Diaz is putting a transfer request. Not that long ago, right? Why are you lot, anyways?
Good. Can't complain.
Oh, Savage Army's in the building.
There we are.
Come on, Sav. Pick up, mate. Here he is.
We're signing better players than Maduéke. It's all good fun.
Oh, he's starting already, is it? All right, cool. 2 minutes and 10 in, Sav. All right, cool. No worries, mate.
How you doing, chaps?
Yeah, good, bro.
Mate,
mate. I was just sent to Jamie offline. Everyone else seems to be all right, but me. My missus asked me to clean the pool out, covered in green murky water and fucking trodden on my dog shit. So I'm not having the best of mornings, if I'm being honest with you.
Sorry. What I heard there was you've got a real first world problem in the fact that you've got a pool in your garden. Yeah, it sounds dreadful, mate.
Yeah,
sounds awful.
It's honestly, it couldn't be any worse having to clean it. I thought I was just going to press a pump and it was going to release all the water. I've had to go out there with a washing up bowl. What's going on here? Putting all the crap. Oh, first world problems. Absolute ridiculous.
What are you trying to pump? What are you trying to pump?
Well, listen, wouldn't you like to know, mate? Honestly, the missus got. Well, actually, sorry, go on. It's 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. No worries.
No, I just had. Well, at 10:30 on my City channel, I had a United fan in the comments saying to the host, "My missus has said she'd shag you," and I thought, I was like, "So what?" I mean, listen, there's nothing wrong with your missus wanting to shag someone, but you, as a United fan, your missus wanting to shag a City fan is mental, and admitting it is even worse.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to get the number?
Well, I'm hoping he comments.
You dirty dog.
Daniel.
You sounded You sounded like Joey then, the Chelsea fan. You sounded proper fucking old school New York there.
Oh yeah, big up
Joey, mate.
So is there any legs to this fucking Rodrygo to Liverpool?
Well, allegedly there is.
Jamie, you look wham today, by the way, as well.
Yeah, sun's out, guns out.
I don't even know what that means, but yeah.
Yeah, basically, I just said that my missus would like to shag you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, look. Yeah. I've got enough at home, thanks. I've got enough.
Yeah, good boy.
Anyway,
I've got to be really
I don't
careful,
think.
lads. My wife is in this room with me working at the moment, so I've got to be really careful when you're all sitting there talking about shagging wives. I'm like,
what in the going on?
Put your headphones on, Sav, for crying out loud. Come on, man.
But if there is news to that, I mean,
well, actually, what about you?
What?
Not you. Apparently, you've been quiet as well.
Yeah, but bro, we've just had a big, long debate about this because the only way City can buy Rodrigo is if we were to get rid of Doku or Savio. Now, would I swap Doku or Savio for Rodrigo? Absolutely. But we can't have him come in without getting rid of them because we're in a major, pickle with this homegrown shit at the moment. Major pickle. So, for me, however much I would I like Rodrigo over Doku or Savio? Yes, he's an upgrade. But right now, I would rather we sort out the goalkeeping option and the right back than we go and get a left winger. if I'm being honest with you.
How are you in a? Sorry for my ignorance. What's going on with your homegrown issue? I thought you had quite a lot of players, haven't you, that have come through the youth and
Yeah, but
you got the likes of John
right.
Stones
So let me. We currently have 7. We currently have 7 centre backs, right?
We've got 9. I don't want to brag, but we've got 9.
John Stones has just travelled to the Club World Cup and not played 1 minute of football. John Stones is on about 300 grand a week and he's never fit. So it's kind of one of them ones where, you know, it's the writing's on the wall. I think Pep wants, like, after last season, how, like, people would talk about Rodri last season. They won't talk about the fact that Ake, Akanji, Diaz and Stones were out for a lot of the season between them all, right? So I think Pep wants Stones gone. He's English. Grealish is going. He's English. Phillips, English. Kyle Walker, English. McAtee, English. All of the players that look like the likely ones that City are going to be getting rid of are English. So it creates an issue. And it's an issue that is just about resolved for the Premier League. But when it comes to the Champions League, it's not resolved. Like there's this is the thing that we can just about sort it now. We go and bring in Rodrigo without getting rid of Doku or Savio. Someone will not be being registered next season. So
I'm sure Arsenal will take John Stones off you. You know, they seem to,
Chelsea,
they seem to like everyone's leftovers. So.
Jamie chose violence this morning. Love it.
How do you feel about
the guns out? He definitely chose violence, didn't he? Do you know what? I'm down.
All he needs now, he's got the tattoo for. All he needs is a bike. Like a
that's actually in the garden. To be fair, that's actually in the garden.
Yeah, I'm not messing with Jamie this morning.
We're not talking about the BMX you used to ride about 10 years ago.
No.
You actually got a Harley?
No, I haven't got a Harley.
What are they called?
I've got a bike.
Oh, well, fair enough.
By the way, it can't be a BMX because you on a BMX would look mental. That's
like Debo.
I don't think I'll fit on a
BMX. It's a white Debo.
I'd get an Espo just going on it, you know.
Well, you get a flat tire going on it as well, to be fair.
Oh my God.
Too big for a BMX.
How are you feeling at the moment? I need to know. Right?
If Rodrigo goes to Liverpool, though,
I don't think
it happens.
Well, Cal's going to join in soon. But what's it called? How are you actually feeling about Maduéke? We must hit.
Yeah, I mean, listen, yeah. I'm not very happy with it at all whatsoever. Do you know what? It's like in the transfer when the things sort of happen. So obviously, I know we'll get into the Tottenham and the Kudus thing. So I won't sort of come on that. But when they're signing Kudus for the same money as Chelsea are signing Maduéke, that's mad. So I'll take it away from that because I don't want to, sort of cover the Tottenham thing. But it's frustrating. It's massively frustrating. I'm not going to lie. Again, we're wasting, or possibly, potentially, allegedly wasting all our money on a Chelsea absolute belly flop. He is a belly flop, and let's get that right. He's not done anything in the league in the last 3 seasons to tell me that he's going to do it at Arsenal. But there we go. He's obviously going to sign because he's a Chelsea failure, isn't he? What my biggest worry was and saying about Rodrigo is that Rodrigo clearly will at some stage be available. I mean, he's all but now, and Real Madrid have basically sort of said that in the way that they've, especially bringing on Valverde last night. He's basically they're saying,
oh shit! They didn't bring him on again, did they?
No. They brought on Valverde. I'm fairly certain they brought in Valverde on for him.
Yeah, they did.
That's almost basically saying, there you go. Like it's a statement that they're making, and I just don't want Arsenal Football Club to sort of Rodrigo become available and not throw our name into the hat purely on the notion of, well, we've signed Maduéke and XYZ, so we can't afford him. I mean, I'm sorry. If you got £55 million to spend on Maduéke, you've probably got another 25 million in the coffers to go, here go Real Madrid, there's 80 million, talk to me. Tell me what you want. There's the ball rolling. We're interested in him. There's 80. Sod Maduéke off, put him in the bin where he belongs, keep him at Chelsea. Couldn't give a toss beyond that. Talk to me. Let's get Rodrigo in because basically Maduéke is Reece Nelson with a bandana. Let's just get it right. We've already got that geezer there at the football club. Look, what do we need another one for? I mean, he is, isn't he? Come on. Arsenal Football Club, they're almost 1 step forward, 2 steps back. They're looking at Gyökeres over Seska, and I'm thinking, do you know what? Finally, they're making the right moves in the transfer market. And then they bring us all back down to earth and kick us in the nuts by going, there you go, you get Maduéke as well.
Do you know?
It's
Do
so
you know what would be
frustrating,
even
boy.
worse as well? Do you know? I do think. I do think you get Gyökeres or Rodrigo. I actually thought at one point you were going to get both, but now this Noni thing, the fact that the legs are really starting to work on it, it makes me now think like realistically, I reckon you'll get Noni done before you get Gyökeres done. And
This is the frustration.
then you start to think, oh no, what are these guys doing? Are they actually? Is this all? Was this whole Gyökeres getting it over the line as smokescreen, and we actually want Noni?
Nah, don't. Nah, that's too mad. That's too mad. I ain't even that. That is too mad.
Oh, dear.
You're taking a piss this morning. Listen, man. Like when you throw an Eze into the mix in with that as well, yeah. And then you are sitting there and thinking, you add up all the business that they've been on. Oh, and by the way, just letting everyone know, Arsenal have confirmed Norgard, by the way, the Brentford captain. So we're going to win the quad next season. That's guaranteed. We've got Norgard in, done and dusted. Everyone else might as well could just control alt and delete the league. We'll win everything this season. Buzzing with that. Jorginho replacement, useless. But yeah, listen, taking that side, if you add up all the players that we're linked with, including your Gyökeres, your Rodrigos, your Maduéke, that takes Arsenal spending over to £350 million. If you add in the Kepas and the Mosqueras and the Norgards and the Zubamendis and all of them players that apparently we're in talks with, etc., etc. Arsenal Football Club ain't spending 350 million quid. They can't even sell anyone.
I was saying this to Cass yesterday.
Come on,
that's the problem, ain't it? That's the problem from Arsenal's point of view. It's who you, because you can't keep everyone. You're going to have to sell people eventually. And Arsenal don't sell players, do they? I mean, Liverpool just sold Kwanzaa for 35 million. That would have been Arsenal's second biggest ever sale. Do you know what I mean? Like, the fact that Arsenal don't sell, and you're going to have to sell players if you want to get all these players in as well, because there's going to be players there on big contracts, not even playing football and just wasting money. So players are going to have to go eventually. I just look at, I don't see the point of buying Maduéke when you got Enquiry there, and
or Martinelli.
You got Martinelli there. Is there a difference between Martinelli and Maduéke? Is there much difference? They both dribble with their head down, then look up and no one's there. You know what I mean?
And then run it out for a goal kick.
It's what they do. It's what they do. So they're very similar profile player. It's a very strange transfer for me, because is he the sort of winger that's going to be setting up Gyökeres from the left hand side? I know Saka will, because Saka's a quality footballer, but is Maduéke going to do anything different to Martinelli on that left hand side for Gyökeres? I just don't see it. I don't see the point in this transfer.
Is it a homegrown thing? Like, I understand why Arsenal are getting somebody that can play right and left. I'm not doubting the profile of footballer, but surely with all the other big signings that like you're saying, Aaron, the signings you're trying to make with the likes of, Eze's not cheap, Rodrigo's not cheap, Gyökeres not cheap, Zubamendi wasn't cheap. Surely you can go out to France or Spain or Italy and find a good winger that can cover both sides that isn't going to be £50 million whilst funding Chelsea so that they don't have to sell another car park.
I don't think Maduéke's homegrown.
Wait, hold on. He's an England international. He's an England international. He's got it doesn't matter. He's still an England international. He would still be classed as homegrown. He's a national player.
Oh, is it all right?
He came through the Spurs.
He came through Spurs. What are we doing?
Yeah. We let go a player on free who's now floating around Chelsea and Arsenal for about 80-90 million pounds worth of transfers. It's absolutely crazy.
I think he left Spurs too. I think he might have left Spurs too early to be counted, apparently.
Yeah, but he'd still be homegrown, wouldn't he?
Dutch. So
he's English.
Saying that, look, but Frimpong is Dutch and he's homegrown, so I don't think it matters.
Hold on, who's he played? Has he played for an international team then?
He's English.
He's English.
He's homegrown.
Yes. So what's this conversation going?
I think people are getting club trained and homegrown confused.
I was going to say, I swear I've seen him in an England shirt. That's what I'm thinking. I've seen him in an England shirt. What's going on here?
David Ryan's homegrown.
See, I'll tell you what, Daps, look how ungrateful Arsenal fans like Aaron are. They're about to sign an England international and they're not happy with it. It's we're not. Shocking behaviour, Aaron. Shocking.
Yeah, mate. I'll tell you, if we were signing Harry Kane an England international, I'd be a little bit happier. But do you know what? We're signing Maduéke.
my face would be very upset if Harry Kane came back
Listen,
to England.
It would be all worth it,
Obviously.
honestly. I'd take a screenshot of it, and that'd be me I'd carry it in my wallet. I would. Just that face.
Oh,
He's got to be. Surely he's got a club. But so people are saying because he went abroad that he's not homegrown.
he's English. He plays for
That's
England.
what I'm thinking. He plays for England.
You can't have an
Apparently,
England
doesn't.
international that isn't homegrown, can you?
It might not work out that in Europe. I'm sure that someone.
Oh
said
no,
to me the other day,
it don't work like that.
Don't work
someone
like that.
worked
No?
in Europe,
No, he can't be classed as homegrown because
in Europe.
Well,
That's what it is.
yeah,
in Europe.
because he played
that's
for
what it is.
PSV when he was 16.
But is that in
And-
Europe, Jamie? That's not
Yeah,
the
in
Premier
Europe,
League,
yeah.
right? That's
So
Europe.
Maduéke
the
spent.
Prem's
So it
time
says
back
here.
in Europe.
Yeah, it says here
Right.
Maduéke spent
In
time
the
with
Champions
Crystal
League, you're
Palace.
meaning?
Yeah,
Oh.
Maduéke spent time with Crystal Palace and Tottenham as younger, prior to departing for PSV in June 2018 when he was 16 years of age. This means he cannot be classed as homegrown, as he wasn't part of the English club for the entire 3 seasons between the ages of 15 and 21.
That ruling's stupid.
That's mental.
It's mental, isn't it?
Yeah, that's mad.
That's why Frimpong's homegrown because he played
Yeah,
under
he's
Man
at
City's
City,
academy
yeah.
between them ages, but he's Dutch.
Yeah, no, he's
Yeah.
Dutch international, but
Smart.
he was born in
Moral of the
born and bred in
story is
England.
don't
as well,
ever
innit?
go on holiday.
Yeah, and he
Born and
grew
bred
up.
in England.
Yeah, and he grew up in Man City's youth academy.
Yeah, in the
Cool.
Premier League, he's still counted as it, but I just don't think it's UEFA. But who have they got? You know what? Can we add this up quickly then? So
Yeah.
David Raya is homegrown.
Yeah,
Is it?
Ben
Martin-
White.
The
Yeah,
Pope Spanish.
I think Martinelli counts as
he done his academy training over here and all that.
I'm so
Ben
confused.
White.
So we live
Ben
in a
White.
world where David Raya is homegrown.
So's Martinelli.
He's not.
So's Martinelli apparently.
Yes,
He was
Saliba.
We need to be
Lewis
careful.
Skelly,
Could
It doesn't
obviously have
become
an Ainsley
Brexit
Maitland
vibes as
Niles.
well, by the way. Let's
Declan
Rice. He
Rice.
would have been gone.
Yeah,
Declan
Declan
Rice.
Rice. That's 5 already before we've even gone
Bukayo
there.
Saka, of course.
Bukayo
If they
Saka.
want to add him into it, you'd obviously have Ethan Waneri.
Ethan Waneri, if he's allowed to count for it because of the under 21 ruling. I don't know
Yeah,
about
but
that.
doesn't Ethan Waneri, and please, I might be
Skelly,
wrong, this isn't
Skelly,
my
yeah.
specialist
You-
spot. Isn't Ethan Waneri go on to isn't there like a B list or something? Isn't there like a list of
Yeah. Just tears.
Like-
Yeah.
football used to be well simple, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. If Arsenal wanted to register
So
Carl
basically-
Hine, they could have him
Martinelli-
in there as well.
So
Martinelli as
basically,
well.
it don't matter where you come from. If you're at an English club between the ages
3
of
years.
15 and 21, you're homegrown.
For how long? For how long?
3 years.
Yeah.
3 years.
All right. So,
So-
question: Is Jude Bellingham? If Jude Bellingham came back to England, is he homegrown now? He wouldn't be, would he?
Probably because he
No,
started
it's
at
Birmingham,
Birmingham, though, wasn't it?
Yeah,
but,
but-
how long was he at Birmingham for?
Only two.
Well, he went
Wait until he went to Germany,
Dortmund
yeah.
at 17, didn't he? Or 18?
Yeah, so
Oh,
he was,
my
so
God.
15
Wait,
and 17
wait,
is only
hold
2
on.
years. Only 2 years.
Basically,
2 years.
fuck no.
It's 1 year short.
Yeah.
So Bellingham, I think Jude Bellingham would be 1 year short. I'm not sure because it's 15 to 17.
Fuck
Wasn't it?
it,
So
mate.
basically,
Yes,
the
he is,
England
he is, he is.
team is full
Young
of foreign
criteria.
players. Is that what we're saying?
He played,
I mean, technically, yeah.
he played for
And we're still shit.
Foreign manager, foreign players.
so no, he
English
moved at
team
8.
anymore.
Just about makes it because he made it. He done 3 years at Birmingham.
He did 3
Oh,
years.
I did
off.
3 years. There you
I mean,
go.
thank
Just-
God.
Take it all back, Jude. We take it all back.
Hey, Jude.
Oh, get me
Sorry,
Jude
Jude.
now.
By the way, look, there's nearly 1,300 in the house. Please, do you mind smashing the likes? If you come over from Sava's or George's channels who did redirect, then massively appreciated. I'm going to try and turn a bit of a Tottenham narrative now that I like your team just because of one player. And yeah, we can start talking decent. I'll probably have to bring my granddad after this and say, you know what, fairs.
Good
Um,
signing, though.
Yeah. But Gyökeres stuff, if you're panicking in panic mode, there's no need to be in panic mode. Don't believe any of it.
Musiala's
But
homegrown.
it's still relevant, isn't it? It's just negotiation tactics. Maybe Sporting want to put pressure on to pay all the money, or Arsenal are just doing that to say, well, we walk away if you don't accept us. Could work it both ways.
Sesko's, Arteta's smiling, thinking, so there's still a chance.
Yeah, with Jim Carrey, innit? Yeah. There's millions to one, so you're telling me there's a chance.
But yeah, I think it's done and dusted. We've spoken about Gyökeres for so long, right? And I'm even having Deji call him Gyökeres, and I've got Jimmy on the other hand saying, "Look, it's like the same goal over and over again." I mean, I mean, we
spoke about Verts for a month, so why not?
No, really and truly, but yeah, Gyökeres is an Arsenal player, man. Let's be real.
Yeah, I
And
think
it is frustrating. If you can put up a starting bid of 50 million and get that rejected, it's like you'd rather start. I thought you'd start around 40 odd million. But it's like, well, where's the extra little few million? You're trying to penny pinch like Jim Ratcliffe. What are you doing? Why are you penny pinching? It just get over. The guy's offered 2 million of his own flipping money to say, I want to come to Arsenal. Does that help? It's like a 3 million difference, I believe. Or they want more up front and they want better add-ons.
The biggest joke is we're trying to penny pinch on all these other deals, but we're happy to spend 55 million quid on Maduéke. That's the biggest.
If I'm Gyökeres, I hear you. If I'm Gyökeres, I'm seeing the Nonny news and going, hold on a second. Actually, that 2 million of my own money. Yeah, fuck that. You lot are paying that. I think no.
Yeah.
I'm not putting that.
Yeah.
If you're going and trying to get Nonny over the line, then pay the extra 2 million for me, please. That don't need to come out. Those type of things sometimes could push a player away, couldn't they?
Yeah.
You're taking the piss.
Yeah.
Listen, if I was giving someone a deal on a negotiation and I see they was taking the piss, they'll get to the point where you're thinking, do you know what? I'm going to absolutely have your pants down in terms of price here, or you're just going to tell you to piss off. Do you know what I mean? What you do, you rub someone up the wrong way and it's talar, isn't it?
Do you know what you need? You need Sir Daniel Levy running your negotiations.
Well, clearly,
he's blockbuster.
You got Johan Lang getting 55 million for Kudus.
Oh, he'd have Gyökeres paying his own transfer fee.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's mental. It is mental on a penny pinch, but this is the reason why these lot are big billionaires and millionaires and all that rubbish. It's just this is how it is, isn't it? This is business. It's normal, to be fair. And we know Arsenal to be slow with stuff, so it's like, what's any different? Realistically, you just got a new director of football, and I know you got a few new people, but the club itself, this is quite normal. But in the same breath, you have Norgard in the door straight away, all these other players in the door straight away. It's the ones that you want. When you see your counterparts, Liverpool, Man City, going, cool, we want Reinders, he's done within 3-4 days. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you see like a Turkey, that took a while longer because Lyon, but that got done within a couple of weeks. And that was
it got done quicker, because it started later.
Because remember, they wanted
Reinders was going on for quite a while, whereas Turkey.
And then Enquiry was super quick.
Yeah.
Verts is the biggest deal in the Premier League history, and he got done within 4 weeks. You know what I mean?
I think that was quite a while, to be fair.
Yeah, but for the amount that they wanted.
But you look at Frimpong and you look at Gyökeres, they got done quickly.
Yeah, that's meant. But then it's like you put 2 and 2 together, and he's like, well, if you put what Eze's going to be on, probably about 150, maybe a little bit more. I would say 175, maybe, because he's on 100 now, I think. The other one, Maduéke's on 50. He's going to get a pay rise as well. And it's like, you put them 2 wages together, you get Rodrigo, and you save millions, by the way. 110 million on Maduéke and flipping, what's his name, and Eze is nothing short of shite for me.
So let's look at the ones that realistically happen, right? So Zubimendi's done, yeah?
Yeah, that was done.
Kepu is done.
Yeah.
Norgard is done.
An hour ago.
It was sounding great, isn't it?
Scare,
no. Hold on. Right, but are we saying Gyökeres gets done?
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to see the meltdown if it doesn't, though, Daps.
There will be a meltdown. Don't worry about that. There will be.
Lee Gunner will be doing like 100-hour streams, wouldn't he? Like the absolute.
I wish I still had. I wish I had the clip where you got Northside's like, we're so toxic and negative, We're so toxic. And then he's like, I had the feeling of the puta. And then he's like, oh God, I wish I still had that clip.
Right. So then we're saying they get Gyökeres. Are we saying they get Eze?
I think so.
All right, cool. So they get Gyökeres, they get Eze. And then are we saying they get Nonny? Or are we saying they get Rodrigo? Or are we saying they get both?
I think Maduéke will be done by the end of probably beginning of next week, middle of next week. He's going to be their left winger. I don't see him getting Rodrigo after that. I don't think they get Eze either.
You know what's mental though? It's like
it's a lot of money.
You identify. You know what's mental about all of this, and it is Arteta driven. By the way, he has come out and says Arteta was the one for Maduéke. He's like, you looked at Havertz and you tried to make him a left centre mid. It didn't work. You put him back up front. You look at Anoni Maduéke. He's played left wing 7 games overall and a couple minutes in his Club World Cup, and he's like, oh, I can't. All of a sudden, I like that. I want to put that. Let me tell Berta, that I want him. And he is the only one that I want because I believe. Yeah. And he's going to be like, well, he might not work on the left wing. I quite like him on the left personally. He's a little bit less clueless, but it's not enough. It's like, well, we need a left winger.
Less clueless still then by definition makes you somewhat clueless though, doesn't it?
Yeah, I know. But it's like he probably end up, you know what, in the end, we'll probably end up seeing Martinelli take that spot because Martinelli actually started playing well towards the end of the season. And then before you know it,
though.
yeah, I know, but
Come on.
you probably end up seeing him being bench. You know what I mean? For Saka, and Saka plays every game, so it's like, well, you're gonna play some games on the left, but Trossard might play there because I've already got Kai Havertz. I've got Kai Havertz, Marino, and I've got Gyökeres up front as options.
Will go.
Jesus as well when he comes back.
Yeah, I think Havertz will be their second choice, number 9 behind Gyökeres. Martinelli and Maduéke off the left. Saka will be off the right, and then I think they'll probably let Jesus go and Trossard go.
Yeah,
because they want to get other players in. If they want to get
Jesus can't go. Jesus can't go this summer. He's injured.
He's back.
Yeah,
he's back in November. Yeah.
Jesus. Look, you've got to remember this World Cup in 11 months' time. Players are not looking to stay and hold bench all season. So I think Trossard and Jesus will probably both be looking for moves.
Which tells me Maduéke is coming in to start, ain't he?
Yeah. I mean, by the way, Jesus off the right is I've always said it.
That's where he plays.
Always said it. Best option for Jesus' right wing. But
he can't have more than 5 minutes fit though, Daps.
I also hear that. I also do hear that now.
And he's on 265k a week. Like, let's deep that. He's got another 2 years left on his contract from this point on 265. So that's what 104 days.
Yeah.
So let's just say that's 26.5 million pounds we still owe him. No. I think he give him 10 million and piss off. 15 million, go away, cut your losses.
Just quickly, 1,441 people. Sorry, 1,400 people watching, 235 likes.
Wow,
that is absolutely fucking dross.
That sounds like Darwin Núñez's games and goals.
Yeah.
Yeah. People, please check the like button is lit. If it isn't lit, please light it now. We try and not ask too much, but that like ratio is absolutely shy. And the thing is, if you like the video, if 200 of you like the video now, 200 and 1,400, this will get pushed out to another probably 300-400 people straight away. So please support the channel. It's boiling hot. We're all sweating. And make sure you subscribe to everyone else's channel as well.
Yeah. And
except for Monts, don't subscribe to his channel because he can never fucking turn up on time.
To be fair, he's in hospital.
Oh.
He's getting a
all right. No, go and subscribe to Big Six Band. My bad. What's he in hospital for?
To know if he's ruptured his MCL or not.
No, it's a football injury. Nah, fuck it. Don't subscribe to his channel. I thought he'd actually been hurt. It's football injury.
That's was worried it might have been a serious illness. Then realised it was just like a hamstring or something.
What? So no, he did it doing his hobby. Nah, fuck that. Carry on.
No, he's just
get well soon, Monts.
Yeah. He's just trying to be like his beloved Thiago, isn't it? Just is what it is. Big up Alice for the raid, by the way. So Daps' wish has just come true.
Perfect
timing as well.
See, I told you if you all like the video, this is what happened.
Well, if it brings in good news, Napoli actually won Garnacho. If you're a United fan,
they are building.
I can't believe what the president said.
They're building the All-Star Premier League.
They want the All-Star rejects of Premier League and says that is exactly what's going to win Serie A these days.
De Bruyne a reject. Technically, we let him go on a free. Does that class as a reject? I don't know.
All right, oldies and rejects.
Right, that's fair.
Yeah, oldies and rejects is what wins the Serie A these days. All you need is a bit of PNP, and you look absolutely amazing. Come on down, Philip Billing.
Bit of Gyökeres up top for him. There we go.
Yeah. But anyways, big up to Alice regardless. So with Arsenal, if this is what they end up with, then Aaron, what do you rate out of 10? If this is what's finalised, no Rodrygo, Eze, Maduéke. No, if you land Eze, Maduéke, and Gyökeres, that's your final 3.
Hold on, no, because you've got to list it again, right? If your transfer window has a backup keeper, in Kepa, because that's what he is. He's just a backup keeper.
Backup young defender.
A backup young defender. Zubimendi, a quality 6/8.
Number 9.
Eze, Gyökeres, and Noni. That's a solid window for me.
Yeah, but I mean, you've got to then add sort of factors in. So people, I reckon, conflate what's actually a perfect window in terms of 10 out of 10. I've done a little mini experiment, and a lot of people disagree with it. I don't really care. So I've just thought Arsenal Football Club needed 10 signings, I believe. And then people are like, 10 signings, but then everyone's just labelled about 8-9 players that we're in talks with. And then they're like, oh, yeah, that is feasible. Whatever. I think we need 10 signings. I think we need to renew 5 contracts, and then we needed 5 sales. So I just thought, fuck it. Why don't we just score every single bit of business that they get done? Because I believe that's subjective. So stop crying, people. Yeah, it's subjective. So I think, do you know what? There's 20 bits of business to do. 10 out of 10. Why don't we just go sod it? 0.5 for everything that gets done. Yeah. Okay, cool. Where are we at now then? We've confirmed 3 signings, 1.5. We've done 2 contract renewals and made no sales. So 2.5 transfer window. But at the minute right now, we've also let Kieran Tierney go for free. 2 out of 10 windows so far. If we get Eze, 2.5. If we get who else? Someone else? Gyökeres, 3 out of 10 window. I'll stick by that. Not good enough.
Bit harsh, isn't it?
3 out of 10 window. Come on.
Nah, it's better than that. You're missing on one key.
Hold on.
Let's
remove the backups. Let's remove the backups, which always backups are great. I remember we got a Kanji. Kanji was a great backup. So backups are great. But Zubamendi, Eze, Gyökeres, and Noni, and you're rating it 3 out of 10. That's harsh, bro.
Yeah, well, it's not great either, is it?
I mean, I know you don't care.
Need to do?
I think it's pretty good. I can't lie. I think it's a solid window.
Yeah. I mean, what would you rate it then? What would you rate it? I'm intrigued to see as a Manchester City fan who's seen 4Ps and trebles and things like that to make up on what Liverpool and Manchester City have already done. Do you think that's enough? What would you rate that as a window to catch up with 2 people?
I'd rate that as a window because, you know,
of what?
I'd rate it 6 or 7 window.
But isn't the question?
So that's a slap bang average. So what's the difference between the 3 and the 6?
Aaron, isn't the question?
Listen, if you go out drawing, if when you go out to the nightclub, you're saying there's no difference between a 3 and a 6, then bro.
I wake up and sprint out the bedroom regardless in the morning, hopefully with my wallet and phone.
No.
You know what I mean?
No, there's a difference between.
I'm still happy. You know what I mean? They all wake up a nightmare anyway because they don't look the same as they did in the club. So let's not get that twisted. How many 10 out of 10 did you think you pull and woke up in the morning and think, Jesus fucking Christ, what is this?
It always comes back to the nightclub analogy, doesn't it? It always
does. You think you're signing a 10, but you're not.
3 is harsh. 3 is harsh.
Yeah, but doesn't this come down to if you look right for the last 2-3 years, whatever, all Arsenal fans have told me that they're going to win the league. Right? All Arsenal fans are telling me that they've got the best defense in Europe. All they need is a striker. Right? If we had a striker, if Arteta had a striker, now we're talking about. Hang on, Arsenal apparently need 5 or 6 top signings to compete. So I think that it's kind of what Daps is saying. I think there are players in there that, whatever you want to call them, rotation players, backups, squad players, whatever you want to call them, you've got to buy them. But I do think you need those 3 first-team players. I think Zubamendi is one. I think he gives you a different way of playing to what Partey did as a 6. I think Eze or Rodrigo will be one because they give you that flair, that imagination, goals, that unpredictability that you don't have. And then Gyökeres will be the 3rd. The rest, I think, what am I trying to say? I think a lot of this is optics, Aaron, for me. And what I mean by that is if you got to the end of the window and someone said, Arsenal have signed Zubamendi, Gyökeres, Eze, right? And then you listed Norgard, Kepa, Mosquera, Maduéke. I think people go, actually, that's a good window. I think the problem is where you haven't got those big players in first, I think the window looks a bit skewed. So in a month or so, if you're still sitting here, I think, like you are now, I think you can all lose your minds. But at the moment, I do think this is all about the optics and the order in which these players come into the club. Whereas Liverpool, completely different. Right? Liverpool needed a right back, bang. Needed a left back, bang. Needed that playmaker, bang. That's the difference for me between them and you at the moment.
Okay, so let me just run this by everyone, yeah? So, of course, the 3 out of 10 I give was excluding sales and contracts. So that could have gone out up to a 5 out of 10 window with that. So let's just get that absolutely cleared. That was just my incomings. What I will say is what I said, and I'll reiterate this point. Manchester City have signed a lot of good players. Liverpool, you've just labelled them. They've instantaneously replaced their right-back situation. They've got probably the most coveted 10 in world football. You know what I mean? That they've who else is the geezer?
Left back,
Can't
Gyökeres.
think. Yeah, left back Gyökeres. Exactly right. They've addressed issues in an
Number two.
already solid
And-
defence. Let's just
And
get
Marmad
that
really,
right.
and Marmad really in for Kelleher
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. That's
Yeah,
exactly right.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, and they're
Get
gonna
back up.
go buy a striker as well. Obviously.
So let's just say now. Let me pose this question here. So let's just say Arsenal, from this point, have already confirmed signed. We get Maduéke and Gyökeres and Eze. Have Arsenal at that point had a better window than Liverpool and Manchester City? I would still argue no.
Well, you still bought in three. If you get to that stage, then you've bought
So
in
have they,
three.
and they're ahead of us.
Yeah, I completely hear you, but I don't. I feel like there's only so much you can do. Like I don't feel like every window you're gonna, no club's gonna bring in 5 first-team signings, are they? And I'm bearing in mind, I'm saying this as a Spurs fan to an Arsenal fan.
Yeah.
Are you that far behind that you feel you need to replace half the first 11? I don't think you are. I think if you add in Gyökeres, if you add in an Eze, you've got Zubimendi. Your defense is bloody good. I hate
And
how good your
Rodrigo,
back four
that's
is.
4.
Right?
So you're knocking on half already, though, Sav.
Yeah,
We need a
yeah,
left
but
back. I don't think MLS is going to be the thing there. I think we do need a lot.
maybe. I just think. I think the problem that Arsenal put themselves into is where you've had a couple of bad transfer windows before this one. You haven't really seen any first-team starters come in my opinion, since, and somebody's probably going to shoot me down here, since probably Rice and Timber. Like, I mean, proper
that was
first-team starters.
That was 2 windows ago, Sav.
Right. That's Aaron. That's my point. I think because you haven't added any proper first-team starters since then, I think to expect that you're going to go into one summer and just go, right, we're going to get a banging left back, a banging number 6, a number 10, a left winger plus a striker. I think you've left yourselves too much to do in one window.
Okay,
That's
okay,
my
cool.
point.
And I will say that is, so let's get this right. One of them first teamers is the replacement for Thomas Partey, who we've let go for free. But regardless about the Thomas Partey thing, I'm not going to get into that. But that's just a direct replacement from our starter 6 already. So that's not even an addition to the first teamer. That is literally a direct replacement from this season alone.
Yeah.
From us, let me spread that point, yeah? So you're saying, I do agree with what you're actually saying in that, 5 first teamers is a lot in one window. I actually really do agree with that. But why didn't we get a first teamer last summer? Why didn't we get a first teamer in the winter window?
I agree.
So that is all down to us. So it doesn't really sort of matter when we get them. They should have done this business and half their issue last summer. They should have done half that issue in the winter. You can't expect.
But to be,
Aaron, you're conflating 2 arguments. We're conflating. Sorry, Daps,
maybe.
One sec, Daps. We're conflating 2 arguments. If the argument is, should Arsenal have addressed some of these issues last season, season 4? Absolutely. I don't think you're wrong. And as a Spurs fan, I'm sitting there like last summer going, I'm so glad Arsenal haven't gone big, because I don't want to see you lot win the league. This year, it's crazy because you would have gone from last summer to this summer. You could see Gyökeres, Eze, Zubimendi, and Rodrigo come through the door, and still fans are going, I don't think we've done enough. And it's like, when is enough? And you know what I mean?
And if I mean, you mentioned how I rate your window, and you're comparing it to playing catch up with Liverpool and City. Well, again, if we're going to talk about last summer, Liverpool didn't buy anyone, and I think we bought Savio and brought back Gundogan. So again, but so did we. We missed it last summer, and Liverpool did last summer. All of us.
What did you do in the winter, though, Daps, and in this window?
Yeah, but Bo, to be fair, in the winter we had to. We were fucking about 6th at the point.
We had to. We
were really bad. Arsenal last season and City last season weren't comparable.
Yeah.
Well, we were really bad.
No, but they are comparable in the fact that
Kvaratskhelia was £55 million.
We might be in
now that one's a mad
situations, but we needed to do bits in the window.
Yeah, no, I do hear it, but it's one of those ones where, like, especially with the fact you've got a new director of football, that you have to go, okay, do you know what? Draw a line under it. Last summer was shit. I still have, frustrations with the board, and there's an X against their name for what they did. But you've got to judge them on, especially with Berta, you have to judge them on this window. You can't judge them on last summer.
I wasn't judging them on last summer. I wasn't judging Berta on anything like that. I was just judging Arsenal Football Club. And I'm allowed to do that without
Yeah,
mentioning
of course.
Berta. I didn't mention the director of football, to be fair. I'm just mentioning transfer windows. And Arsenal Football Club didn't do what was required after finishing 2 points behind you lot. And then now we're going, well, we expect it's too much to expect all that. Well, it's their own fault then for not spreading it over 3 windows.
The players at Arsenal are not the problem.
I know what avenue you're going to go.
The players at Arsenal are not the issue at the end of the day. Like,
is it Win the Dog? Is it Win the Dog?
Win the Dog. Can you imagine having a dog called Win when you don't win anything? It's just mad.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest. We haven't seen Win the Dog for about 18 months, so I don't know if they've got a dog called Win anymore.
I heard from a reliable source. I heard Win the Dog watched Arsenal play last season and took himself to the vet.
That's what he called RSPCA with his little paws, didn't he? Come out here.
But Win the Dog.
Win was Arteta's dog. Are you saying Win the Dog was Arteta out?
Yeah, basically. Yeah, Win was like, I've had enough. I've got to get rid of him.
I'm Win the Dog in now. Do you know what I mean? If Win the Dog's Arteta out, I'm Win the Dog in. I'm not going to lie.
Can I ask how long did Arsenal take to get the signing of Win the Dog over the line? Was it like a...
it was heavy negotiations, and we were trying to haggle a fee. It was a pedigree. It was a full pedigree. Yeah, one puppy left. It was a full pedigree, so it was about 3 or 4 grand. But we put in an opening bid of 500 quid, and it just drew on all summer. So yeah,
I heard that you were in for another dog called Title Winners and couldn't get it over the line, so ended up going for Win the Dog instead.
If you're going to get a dog, if you're going to get a dog right to be your club mascot, at least get a manly dog. Do you know what I mean? You know,
what was it? Chocolate? Was it a chocolate lab? It was, wasn't it? I think it was a chocolate lab, wasn't it?
Brother, it's perfect for this Arsenal system.
A little bit bulldog or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what you're saying? It was lacking a bit of bite. It was lacking a bit of bite and mentality. Ultimately,
I've heard the dog's vegan. You know,
his bark's bigger than his bite, mate. Honestly.
It's not actually a dog; it's a cat with a fucking dog mask on. But Aaron, so let me go back to that. So okay, if you get right, so again, you get a couple of squad players in Kepa and Norgard. Then you get Zubimendi, who's not a squad player. He's a quality player. You get Gyökeres, who is a starter, and you get Eze, who is. Even if he isn't, he's a starter, right?
Yeah.
What more do you need to push that from a 3 out of 10 to a 8 out of 10?
Look, I said do a few more contract renewals. Get Saliba and Saka over the line. Get Ainsley Maitland-Niles. There you go. There's 1.5. By the way, this is a little test I'm doing to
that's
just
a 1.5. So that's 4.5. We're getting there.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Sell Zinchenko. Sell Kai Havertz.
That pushes it up to...
That's it, 5.5. And we've made no more signings. So now you kind of see where my brain's at.
Right.
We've made
so now how do we get this 5.5?
Haven't we?
How do we get this 5.5 to an 8?
Gabriel Jesus, get rid of him.
Okay.
Absolutely. Get contract. Just rip it up. That'd be buzzing. Get rid of him. Right. 150%. Who else do we want to get rid of? Odegaard. That'd be brilliant. Get rid of Odegaard. Salah. Replace him with Eze.
Get rid of Odegaard. Odegaard is worth how many points? A 0.5?
Oh, they're all worth 0.5. I mean, I'd even be willing to give them an extra 0.5 as a bonus for getting, because it would be changing captain. So actually, yeah. Sorry, we get rid of Martin Odegaard. We'll go to a 10.5 out of 10.
You're up 7. You're up 7 without signing anyone else. Do you want to push it over the line with the signing? Do you want to push it over the line with the signing?
Who are you offering me?
Well, instead of Noni, if you were to not get Noni and you got Rodrigo, would that push it from a 7 to an 8.5?
No. It'd be a 7.5 by my own metric.
Well, imagine Luis Diaz. Apparently, they want 80 million euros for him, which is like, what is that, 68 million quid or something? But
64.
If you end up getting that and Bayern Munich end up getting him, and then you buy Rodrigo, the meltdown that would happen and commence in the Arsenal fan base will be outrageous. So basically, Luis Diaz and Bayern Munich looks like it could be a thing.
It's going to happen.
Yeah. He's putting a transfer request allegedly as well. And the replacement they're looking at is Rodrigo because Anthony Gordon's not attainable.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Oh, that is meltdown. I mean, my fan base will have a bit of a meltdown if Liverpool get Rodrigo.
I would have a meltdown.
If we get Wirtz and Rodrigo in the same summer, that's just...
Yeah. It's Galactico style. It is.
Yeah.
Imagine having that. Saka, Rodrigo...
Can I just add something very, very quickly? But what I'll tell you what I would happily throw out the window, my little 0.5 analogy. If Arsenal just got rid of Mikel Arteta, 10 out of 10 window. Done. There we go. 10 out of 10.
Are you
Get rid of Mikel
out?
Arteta, 10 out of 10.
By the way,
I didn't know whether you'd noticed or not.
Just a little plug. Aaron's How to Be League Gunner book is available out soon. And, just make sure you buy that $3.99. Don't worry, it's only about 10 pages.
It's $3.99 to everyone else. It's $4.99 to you, Cass.
Bo, you might want to drop the price. You might want to drop the price. The north side one's only £2. So I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's it. Well, we were all in business together.
I've already read that one.
Wrote it. Do you know what I mean?
Jesus.
No, honestly, if Liverpool do get Rodrigo, I'm gonna hate you for another eternity. Do you get it? Because I don't see how that fails. I know you're gonna look. Bless the situation in it. I don't really want to repeat it, but you're gonna have to go and get a striker at some point as well, unless you look at it a little bit differently. Someone might play false nine. Maybe Salah goes up front. I don't know, but yeah, maybe Jesus is available. But your window's not finished. Imagine you sell Diaz for that price. Let's just call it 70 million for 70 million's sake, or 65. Like, apparently they want 75 million for him. It come out of Marca actually, or Marca, whatever it's called. That Rodrigo is basically saying you're going is a
How
given.
much is Luis Diaz worth?
They want 65.
How old is Luis Diaz?
28.
28.
How old's Rodrigo?
24.
And he's about the same price.
Yeah.
Some it's not mathing, a bit like the likes at the moment.
Oh,
hey, look, Real Madrid owe us as well. Do you know what I mean? So if so, it's good. It could happen. I don't think it happens.
Oh well, hold on. Barcelona still literally owe us. So can we go and get him out then? Cheap.
Go get your mail cheap.
But is this because you're used to not like you get one big thing done and then Liverpool will just wait? Is that what you're used to? Is that what it is? Too good to be true.
Liverpool can't buy any more players at the moment anyway because we've maximised our foreign intake numbers, so we got to wait till some go. So they're waiting for Darwin and Diaz to go till they can buy the left winger and striker. Look, if Diaz goes, Liverpool have always. Michael Edwards loves Rodrygo. We tried to buy him before he went to Real Madrid in the first place. I
remember for 3 million.
Yeah, and but he wanted to do his studies or something before he left. And Liverpool couldn't pick him up. But Michael Edwards likes the guy, so if you want to replace Luis Diaz, you're going to have to get a high quality left winger. So maybe,
and you don't even have to pay that much more.
My only problem with Rodrigo, he hasn't really played left wing for about 4 years, so it is a bit of the unknown still because Vinny plays there for Brazil and Real Madrid, obviously. Rodrigo played there for a little bit while Vinny was injured last season, but yeah, Rodrigo is more of a right winger these days than he is a left winger.
This is third world problems here.
So yeah, I don't know. I know, but Leao. I like Leao as well.
To this that Liverpool are here going, I don't know if we want Rodrigo. He ain't played left for a while. What has fucking happened this summer?
I think it's because John Henry was on that. John Henry was on the parade bus getting absolutely pissed up and sharing his wife everywhere, and I think he just fell in love with it.
Oh, was he like that United fan?
Yeah, it was just.
Oh, okay.
And I feel like I think he was like, I want this every year now, so let's just open the wallet, and that's what's happening.
Oh, brilliant! So this is going to be every year as well.
It's like for
Liverpool's projection of money coming into the football club will overtake Real Madrid by 2030. They reckon. That's what Kieran Maguire said. Yeah,
but Kieran Maguire talks a lot of shit at the same time as well.
Yeah, but Liverpool's trajectory is going up. And also Liverpool have this investment bank thing they've got where they put money into and they can take it out whenever they like.
Sounds like another cheat code.
Brilliant. I mean, listen, who am I to call you cheats, but you're fucking cheats?
I want to be a cheat. I don't care. You know what I mean? Fuck it.
I'm a cheat.
Fuck it. That's cheat, man.
Hey, listen, if Liverpool's spending money, there must be cheats. That's what I'm going with.
Let's get on all the steroids, man. Let's do
it. Oh, great.
So let me quick one. Kudus is signed for you, right, Saba? He's having his medical today, right? But, is it true that your investment's in the bag now? There was an outside investment apparently that's going to take and that's going to go into your cash, or is that bollocks?
It depends who you listen to, right? There's a lot of talk that there is going to be investment coming in. I don't know. Lots of people are saying that's why Daniel Levy gave the interview he gave 2 weeks ago with our new CEO, talking about we want to win titles, we want to win Champions Leagues in the future. I don't know. I really don't know. All I care about more than that is that they're opening their wallet and buying footballers, because it's been a long time since we actually bought first team footballers. We keep buying a lot of kids, loads and loads of kids. So hopefully that's
Chelsea,
like Bernardo's,
like Bernardo's, yeah, basically.
I
And
mean,
then every now and then
that was a good choice. You could have said many other people. So Bernardo was probably the most.
There's others available.
Yeah, there's others. That's where my mum came from. So big up.
So I'm just hoping that the Kudus still has kick-started our transfer window properly. I'm hoping so, because we fly to South Korea in about 19 days for our annual Hongmin Sun tour.
That's a surprising place for you. I'm surprised you lot are touring there.
Yeah, it's strange, isn't it, that we go there every single year for the Sun Fest, and then literally 3 days after we get back from there, we're playing PSG in the Super Cup.
Oh yes, we will be there.
Yeah, don't.
That's going to be mental.
So
I'd be surprised.
We haven't got a lot of time. Normally, Spurs are very late in the market, and I don't think we can afford to be. New manager, new setup, the Tour of Asia, the Super Cup. I think we've got to move early, and we have, for us, moved earlier with Kudus. Really happy with that signing, and now there's lots of talks of people like Wissa. There's talks of Vlahovic. You know what it's like. The names that go around are just crazy. So as long as we buy 2 to 3 first team players this window, I'll be really happy.
Yeah, Kudus.
We've got a massive job. We've got a manager that's got to come in now, and yes, we won the Europa League, but he's got to build from what is an absolute shambolic setup. If we're going to be honest, like all your teams loved playing Spurs last, other than yours, Kaz. All your teams liked playing Spurs last year.
Hello.
Yeah, you beat us the last time you played us.
Yeah, you also bent us over.
Fucking
put 4 past us. So
yeah, but I'm talking about we finished 17th and conceded 65 goals. Thomas Frank's got a big old job to just get us back to looking like a team. So I'm not expecting miracles in year 1, but we've got to get 2 or 3 starters. And Kudus he's much better than anything we've got. He's an entertainer, a bit erratic, but
where's he go play, Trevor?
On the right.
Off the right, yeah.
Off the right, cutting on the left.
What Thomas Frank's going to give you, though, is more structure in your team.
Oh, for sure.
Far more structure.
We might look like a team, Jamie.
Because last year you had 0 structure, like I've heard you mention many times. Like no structure at all. It was, teams playing Tottenham, it's very easy to set up against Spurs. Brentford, always playing Brentford, as we know, is always a difficult game under Thomas Frank and the way they play it and the way they structure.
Yeah.
So I think Thomas Frank's going to do extremely well at Tottenham. It might take him a year to get his feet under the table and that, but yeah, I think you've got a good manager there for the years to come. And getting people like Kudus, and if you get Wissa as well up front, which I think is a very good player, you could be set. You really could.
And if they get Wissa,
might fuck us up.
I'm here for you lot getting Wissa.
Yeah, it really might fuck us up.
How would that fuck up the Dominic Calvert-Lewin deal?
No, listen, I really want Wissa. We've got at the moment.
So does Cats, by the way.
Both our strikers are both big, bustly, not very technical. A bit of a pain in the arse to play against, but not natural goal scorers in Solanke and Richie. We need I need a Wissa. I always use this expression. I always say we need a Jermaine Defoe type. I want somebody that when they get 25, 30 yards from goal, their first thought is, how am I shifting this out my feet and getting a shot away at the keeper? And I think Wissa has been coached into that.
Yeah.
You wanted Wissa over Mbeumo.
Yep.
So if Spurs get Wissa and it fucks up the Mbeumo deal.
Yeah, I think this is.
And after that Europa League as well.
I don't see anything wrong with getting a striker that's in the age of 29 because we've done that with Van Persie and won the league and stuff like that.
They're ready to go, aren't they?
Actually, Premier League over the years, you go and get strikers that are 27, 28, and 29, even 30. And then nowadays, it's like, no, he's old. I'm like, since when am I old? I'm 29. What you on about? I'll outrun you probably. What you on about, you mug? Like 29 is a great age for a striker.
Quite old.
No one 24, they're still learning. And this is why I think this is why we're in a stage we're at, because we're all too busy focused on potential. We think 23 is a prime age. 23, 24. Because I need to know what their sell-on value is in 5 years. If you're a top club, why do you care about sell-on value?
We shouldn't.
You know how mental that is? It's boring.
I get that clubs have to have one eye on the future for sell-on value, but it doesn't mean every player's got to be young. And what Spurs have got is we've got loads at that level. We've got loads at that age, and none really at that age. And I think, I'll take Wissa all day long. He doesn't need to be coached by Frank. He's already been coached by Frank. Yeah, he knows how Thomas Frank plays. He's getting better and better with his goal output every year. He's quick. He scores goals. I'll take him. I think you've got to look at it like what I've got to use the same theory I use for Aaron and Arsenal there. Like with Spurs, we're not going to fix everything in 1 year. Like, you know, would I love strikers that are of a higher caliber than Wissa? Yes, but I have to look and say, are those players going to come and join Tottenham at the moment when there's so many clubs that want strikers? So I'll take Wissa. I think him with Kudus on the right, and James Maddison being allowed to actually be a playmaker this year rather than a deep line midfielder. I think we'll have a much better attack and we'll be a bit more frightening to teams.
I think Kudus is a proper. I was thinking about this the other day. I think he'll cook under Thomas Frank. You know, I think he's going to be really good.
He'll get him play like Mbeumo did at Brentford.
Yes, exactly that. That's what I'm thinking. Look, I'm a big fan of him, Mbeumo. Massive fan of him. Maybe Kudus could be better than him under Thomas Frank.
I think technically, as a footballer, he's already better than Mbeumo. What Frank needs to unlock from him is that goal scoring potential. You know, that's what he needs to do. And I think what we saw last year, guys, is everything that Ange did was all the fullbacks cut in, so they played inside, and all of our wingers who aren't actually wingers hugged the touch lines. I think we're going to see a difference this year. I think what you're going to see is you're going to have Kudus of his left-footed. He'll drive through the middle towards goal, allowing Porro, who's the best crosser of the ball at our club, to actually be on the outside. So I think we're going to get much more out of Frank. Will get much more out of these players, even the ones I don't rate. I think he'll get much more out of them. And I think Kudus, he's that guy that gets fans off their seat, right? He can be frustrating, but skillful players are frustrating. But isn't that what we pay to see? Isn't that what we want to see? We want to see these boys do something with a ball that we can't. And I'm really happy with that signing. Really happy.
I would be.
He's a 10 out of 10. Individually, he's a 10 out of 10 signing. By the way, you can subscribe to everyone here. So make sure you go check them up. You can screenshot this. You got your phones, even your TVs. You can type on your phone. How about that? But all the names in the bars in the pinky purple looking ones is their YouTube name. So you got Aaron Talks Football, got Jamie Phillips Football Chats, if you're a Liverpool fan, and you got Football Heritage TV as well on Sava, which goes live every single morning around 10:30 with some exclusive chats if he's not arguing. Big up to anyone that's here. Make sure you smash the likes as well. We're on 432 likes. It's been like 1,300 in the house all streams. So the likes are pretty shit, aren't they? When you think of it like that, you know, for all the 7,000 people that have passed by, why is there not at least 1,000 likes? Funny.
You should look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself a question: are you doing good enough?
Now, I've just seen that Garnacho news is
deep. That's deep.
Have a long, hard look.
I've just
maybe even call up a loved one and say, am I a good person?
Yeah. I'm going to redirect over to my channel, but I've just seen that. I've just seen
not a good person.
Now I've just seen that Garnacho news. The whole thing is that it's fake, so I think I'm going to go lose my shit. Because my hopes are now dropped. Yeah. Anyways, we'll see you over
just quickly. I just want to remind people. One second before we go. I just want to remind people you can find my Becoming Lee Gunner book. For $3.99, for $3.99, and it's right next to Cass's autobiography. I wish I was Goldbridge. So $3.99. Let's get that done. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say Terry Fluids. Now that would have hit him.
No. I'm not going to hurt him that much. Yeah. I'm not that much of a cunt. But buy both of the books. Yeah, they're on sale. $3.99 Waterstones right now.